you how to audit accounts for essential services, accounts associated with jobs, and accounts associated with trainings. So first we're going to go over essential services. So you could access my assigned resources either on your home page, or you could click on resources. And you could click on my assigned resources editor. And that's another way that you could access this as well. So what I'm going to first go over is how to audit an essential service. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on this one right here. So the very first thing that we're going to want to do is make sure that all the information's in here. So currently we are, let's see, we got the name. I just want to make sure that the website works. So double check that the website works. Okay, cool. This looks like does look like an essential resource. Services, we offer childcare services for ages. Okay, perfect. Infants, okay. So they do all types of childcare, all age groups. I mean, it looks like a variety of age groups. So that's cool. So perfect. So what they did really well is they made sure that it said they chose essential services, and they chose the appropriate resource category. Phone number, let's just double check that that works. Okay, there's also a phone number right here. And it looks like it matches, so that's awesome. So the name matches, the phone number matches, the website matches, the resource type is correct, and the resource category is correct. Logo URL. So let's just see if this works real quick. Just copy and paste that into your web browser, and boom, there we go. Looks like it works. So this person did a really good job. I didn't expect this to be so nice, so awesome. Thank you for whoever edited this information. It looks very nice so far. Has been providing quality child care. Okay, perfect. Employers believe that every child. So what we could do is for eligibility. So they did an awesome job with the description, kind of just giving an overall view of the kind of services that that company, or I guess, yeah, that company provides. But eligibility, what we can add when we find, I guess, more information is the services, and we could copy and paste kind of like the age groups that are eligible. So we'll fix this formatting in a second. I'm just going to copy in this. All right, let's see, 222. Just want to make sure school age children, and then we could put just like 5 to 12 years right next to that. 5 to 12 years. So we can make this, let's make it bulleted. And obviously, with everybody's eligibility being different, just make sure that, you know, your, I guess, formatting's consistent. Let's make sure that all 12, and then we can press enter, and then just put Tender Care Children's Center. Children's Center serves the following age groups. And then under that, I'll just put, please visit website to learn more. So obviously you guys don't have to copy this exact same format, but this kind of just shows the eligibility for that type of service. So, you know, infants are able to go, it's pretty much infants to 12 years old is the clientele that they kind of serve. Say, okay, so now that we got that, I'm going to, you know, make sure that, okay, so some essential services are remote, but this looks like it's it looks like it's just like at a specific facility. So we could leave that there. So we're not going to click remote. Okay, let's make sure that is in. So let's double check this. Okay, so it's in Clarkson, Washington. So we're just gonna type into Google that is the correct county. Okay, it looks like they did that correct. Perfect. Okay, Billings Street. Yep. City. Okay, state, perfect. And then, yep, it looked like they copied billing. Okay, so now that I got, the only thing that I added, this person did a really good job. The only thing that I added was to eligibility. So now that we got eligibility in there, the only other thing that we should add as well is a URL. So typically for essential services, you could connect the URL directly to that essential service. So this one goes to, like, this one's kind of like a one essential service, like they focus on childcare. But let's say there's a website and they offer, financial, money, shelter, etc. We'd create a separate account for each one. So let's say hypothetically, Tender Care Children's Center offered financial services as well. So this would be, let's do Tender Care Children's Care, and then just child, and then we'll put the type of resource category right next to it, just to make sure that it's very clear. So like obviously like this essential resource covers childcare, but let's say they offered financial services as well. Then we create a separate account for financial services, and it would be like financial services. But that's a hypothetical. If you run into that, then just kind of just create a separate account. And what we'd want to do is create a URL for any helpful links that the website has. So what I want to do is, so they already created a link to the main homepage. I want to create a link to the contact page, contact us. So I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to create a new URL right here. So they didn't create a URL, so that's one thing that we could look for, is just helpful URLs we can add. So URL name, contact us page. Copy and paste that URL. This is where you can find more contact information for Tender Care Children's. Oops, there we go. Center. Okay. And you know what? I just realized we have not been doing that. So there we go. I'm going to fix that on the account name as well. This is where you can find more contact. There we go. Perfect. And let me add that to this as well. Perfect. So now that we got a helpful additional page to the home page, this account for essential services is good. Perfect. Now I'm going to show you guys how to audit. I'm going to go back to, I clicked on resources and my assigned resources editor. So now a Tender Care Children's Center childcare is good. Okay. Now I'm going to audit a job. So this is kind of something interesting that a lot of people have been asking. How do we audit jobs, especially if it's like for larger chains and they're all named the same thing? So here's a great example, Starbucks. So I'm going to show you what you can do to help clarify any confusion between Starbucks or just like any, like Target, Walmart, you got it. So what we're going to do is figure out what city this is in. So it looks like this is in Richland, Washington. So we're going to do the name of the company, Richland, Washington. So we'll just do the name of the city and the state, and then right next to it, we're going to put the street. So let's say there's like 6 Starbucks in Richland, Washington. How we'll differentiate that is we could put the actual billing street. So now we got the name of the company, the city and state that it's in, and then the actual street the billing street. There we go. So now that we got that, to help differentiate that Starbucks from the billions of other Starbucks out in the world, we did that. let's make sure that that phone number is correct. It might be attached to this link. We'll just double check. So, okay, cool, nice. That's really nice that they have, that this person went out of their way to find that direct contact for that specific Starbucks. And it looks like it's correct. So that's awesome. And that's nice that it also took us to the website that specific Starbucks is. It's got the phone number, the address, the open times, etc. So at least we got enough information for if that person wanted to directly call that Starbucks for a job, they could. And they also did, once again, they selected the correct resource type, which is jobs, and then other. So yes, this does not fall under any of these categories, so they selected other, which is correct. So logo URL, sometimes it's weird. Some companies make it difficult to get. So yeah, Starbucks does not make it easy. So what I'm going to do is try to find another way of Starbucks logo. So once again, I'm just kind of doing this on the fly. Let's do this. And then let's see if I could copy image address. So pretty much if you're able to find their logo anywhere, there you go. Okay, that'll work. Typically, you'll be able to copy image address directly on their website, but for larger companies, they protect their logo. So I just added that. Or not. Okay, so they got a little bit of a description for Starbucks. Cool, nice. And they also put for eligibility so they don't necessarily have to put eligibility in here because this is not. I mean, I'll just leave it, but it's about the company information. It's not about a job description. So I guess here I'm going to take this out. So for job accounts, you don't need to fill out eligibility because you'll be putting in the description of like each job opportunity, you'll be putting I guess the eligibility within that. So I don't want people getting confused. This is just general information about that specific Starbucks location. And then obviously it's not a remote job. Let me double check that county is correct. So I'm going to do Richland. I'm going to just Google Richland, Washington County. Benton. And I believe they did put that. Nice. And if you guys get confused of how to find counties, you guys could search it right here. And if you're not seeing your specific state, you guys could, Washington's right here, but if you click on that magnifying glass, you could see the whole list. And then you could always just click on the specific county. So I'm just going to click on Washington, even though it already popped up. Okay, I saw that address. I just want to show you guys where I found it. It's right here. Okay, cool. Yep. And then they copied billing address and shipping address. So it looks like it's all good to go. So I'm going to save that. And then after you correct the information for the main part is the account name, just making sure there's no confusion, especially with larger companies. Once again, name of company, city, state, and then the street. And then what we're going to do next is go to, I guess what we could do is create a URL for the main Starbucks website. So let's just do that. And then I'm going to do Starbucks. This is the main home page for Starbucks. So what this person did was pretty much put the website. This is still the Starbucks website, but it just shows like the specific location. What I wanted to do was just add an additional URL for the main website. So next what we're going to want to do is to double check to make sure these jobs are associated with this specific account. So now we're going to go to view all. And we're going to click on this. I just want to make sure that these jobs are connected to that specific location. So I'm just going to go over one of the jobs so you guys don't get completely bored of this video. But hypothetically, what I would do once I make sure that the account for the jobs is correct, I'd go and make sure that each single one of these is associated with this specific account. So this specific account. So let's say there's 6 Starbucks in Richmond, Washington. I want to make sure that whatever jobs are in here are associated with this specific location. So that's what I'm going to do for the first job. But once again, you'll want to click through every single one and make sure that it's correct. So I'm going to, okay, it says it's the Winco Shopping Center, so I just want to double check to make sure that it's at the exact same street location and so on. So let's double check on here. And I could go on apply on the company website. It doesn't give me an address, so and it does say Winco. So I just want to double check to make sure it's at that street. Okay, so apply at the company website. And look at that, 59 Columbia. Okay, perfect. Let's see if that matches. Perfect. Yep, Point Drive. So this is good. It is associated with that specific account. They got a link going to the Indeed where they could click on apply on the website. And let's see. And if you guys find it on their actual website, replace the Indeed links. Because what will happen eventually is if, let's say hypothetically Starbucks had a contract with Indeed and their contract expired, that doesn't mean necessarily that the job opportunity itself expired, but it'll mark it as expired on Indeed's website. So hypothetically, like let's say I went to Indeed and it did say expired. Let's say this link said expired. What I would do to mark a job as expired is I'd go to one date before today. So today's April 23rd. I would go to, hypothetically, April 22nd and click on that. And I'll show you what it does. And it clicks save, okay? But since it's not expired, I just checked it. I'm gonna go back to, let's just do 22 for now. Okay, URL. I think they have the job. Sorry, I have so many URLs open right now. It's ridiculous. Okay, cool. So they have that. I just inputted that in. So that does take us directly to where you could apply for that job. Job summary and mission. Perfect. They have job summary, the responsibilities. So they have a lot of information. Let's see. Let's just get the job for job description. Just put like a summary of it, and then that's it. Literally responsibilities. So this position contributes to creates. Okay, perfect. Summary. Okay. Yeah, they got a lot. So we'll just take this out. All of this. And then they could always, I'm going to put at the bottom, visit website to learn more about the description and eligibility. Perfect. Apply on the company website, with the link provided. So let's see. Okay, so once again, they selected other, which is good. Looks like 222 doesn't really say if it's I'm just kind of scrolling fast right now. You guys definitely take your time. See if it says full time on here. So if it doesn't say full time or part time. Okay, yeah, see, this is a perfect example. If it doesn't say full time or part time, just use your best judgment and select one of the following. We'll just put full time for now, and then we'll just leave it at hourly. And then position, salary minimum, max. If they don't provide that, don't feel like you have to provide it. And then it's not a remote job. Use address. So yes, they are hiring at that specific location. says right here. Perfect. And we, once again, shows Benton, which is good. The address looks correct, and we are good. So only thing that I changed was URL. I mean, it's okay to have an Indeed URL. And then also I shortened up the description a ton because it was like really, really long. And we don't want that. We just want, ideally, you just want a couple sentences, but I left the responsibilities in there. So use your best judgment. Once again, don't make it super long, preferably shorter than this. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to keep it going. Just if you could find a short thing like the summary of it and just a few responsibilities, that works as well. So, and then we'll go back here. And then once again, I'm not going to go through it just because this video is running a little long. You would go through and make sure that this is connected to the main account. And then if it's not, create a specific location, create an account for a specific location that this is hiring for, and so on. Okay, so now I'm going to go and audit a training resource. Since so far what I've covered is, so now I've covered how to audit an account for essential service, how to audit an account for jobs. And now I'm going to show you how to audit a resource training. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to treat each individual, I guess, resource training as its own account. So let's say there's a resource training for accounting. That would be like Ames Community College accounting program. If there was like a training for IT or coding or any of that fun stuff, we could do like coding program, or like if it's offering a certain certificate, like I mean, hypothetically, I'm just making up a name, just like business management certificate. So like you would put that next to there, and let's say Ames Community College offered like 5 different, certifications or courses that are held online. So once again, I want to emphasize all the training resources that we are finding and entering right now. We want to focus on online courses and trainings only. Okay. Once again, I'll say that for all training resources, we're focusing on online courses / certifications and trainings only. Okay. So I need to figure out what training or certification this person was. Okay, so administrative suite program site. Let me open that real quick. See what this rapid growth in health, legal, data processing management. Okay, so it looks like administrative assistant. Okay, it looks like an administrative assistant kind of training program. Let me just double check. Okay, interesting. It's a 72-hour course. Okay, yeah, so it offers training for administrative assistants, kind of like useful tools. Shows requirements, which is great. Well, you could put that in eligibility. Actually, I'm just going to copy and paste that right now. Okay, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to rename this administrative assistant. Oh, my spelling has been off today. Training. Eligibility. Make sure that's all the same font. And that is not cooperating. Okay. Requirements. There you go. Okay, so I got the administrative assistant training. I'm going to put program. There we go. That's better. So now that I got a resource training, I got the college itself. So the way that you'll name it is the university or training business itself goes first, and then the program / certification that they offer afterwards. Okay. So this looks like it leads to the main website. I already double check. I'll show you guys again how that. Okay, so they selected training, which is great. And since this doesn't really go over, oh, look at that, administrative business. So what has happened over the last couple days is, for some reason, Salesforce had a bug where it automatically went to shipping, logistics, and transportation. But now it's looks like that they've added some more fields. So what we're gonna do is administrative business. So I guess this could follow under that category. So I'm gonna put that for now. Okay. So if you guys don't see a specific category, just try to choose the closest category to that specific, I guess, program. So if it's like anything medical, healthcare and human services, and so on. So yeah, okay, perfect. Let's double check to make sure that logo URL works. Yep, cool. It does work. Oops. Let me exit out of that. So this is originally how I told people how to do this description. This was before we started making each program its own account. So now that we have a description, okay, administrative, it looks like they already have that. Fundamentals, assistant applications, effective, okay, perfect. Okay, it's cool. So they have that information in here. We just need to put more information about, this might come in handy later. We just need to put more information about the actual course itself that they're offering. Okay, so there we go. Contains administrative, okay, perfect. Okay, let's see what else this thing offers. Okay, administrative assistant applications and effect. Okay, cool. They did a very good job. So for description, we're just gonna leave that as the description, and then we're gonna put, to learn more, visit the website. And then so now that we got that, looks like I want to double check to make sure that the location is correct. Okay, so Ames, let me go to the actual website. So Ames EDU. Okay, so sometimes I'll have their okay, perfect. Yep, they have it down here. So let's see. Yep, that looks good. Greeley, Colorado. Make sure that the state's correct. Okay, we'll weld. And then Greeley, Colorado County. Is it weld? It's weld. Nice. Then just go ahead and save after we put eligibility. So that's a good thing to have in there. And then just a basic description is fine. You don't. Previously, I told you guys to include cost, duration, etc., but we could always include that in the actual URL description. So it looks like, okay, cool. So this person already put a pretty good description of what it will be covering. Let's just go double check. So after they have the description, you can always put the cost. Looks like okay, perfect. Let's see. Oh, my bad. We could do, it looks like it's $300 right now. And here's the start dates. Let's do that. We're going to put start dates below the description, and then total costs. And that'll be $299, I believe. Let me double check. $299. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now it's got a little description of the actual course itself, start dates, and total costs. Perfect. And then let's just go back to the account, and we are all good to go. So once again, what I changed from the original name was said Ames Community College. They didn't have a specific program tied up next to it, so you put the name of the school or training university first, and then the type of program afterwards. So each program will have its own account. I want to emphasize that. Once again, description, just put the description of what that specific course kind of covers. It doesn't have to be a crazy description. And then eligibility, you could find that requirements under requirements, and then obviously if they don't offer that, you could always put visit website or call the school to learn more about the requirements. Okay, and then URL, we just want to make sure that we create a URL specifically for that specific program, and it looks like it takes it directly to this page, so that's awesome. So that is it. So we covered how to audit an essential essential services, how to audit an account with jobs, and how to audit a training resource. So I know this video is long, but hopefully this will help make things a lot clearer for anybody else. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. My name's Connor, or you can also reach out to Alex Rodriguez. We are, or even Eric. We've been helping with, I guess, creating the protocols and kind of helping move the process forward. So have a great rest of your day, and keep on rolling.